Hello YouTube viewers and random Star Wars fans. Today I'm taking a look at the fourth and final figure in the first wave of the Black Series figures, which is R2-D2, and here he is in his packaging. So say it with me people. At the top we have the grey Star Wars logo with the Black Series written underneath, and beside it this little medallion image of R2 is present. It is figure number 4 in the wave and is actually R2-D2. I know, hard to believe, isn't it? And hey, look, warning labels and stuff. The window is huge and shows off the figure and its accessories very well, as the window reaches all the way around to the side of the box. On the back we have a brief bio on R2, plus his widely popular saying of beep, beep, white, beep, beep, boop. Always very quotable as R2-D2. Anyway, below that we have the black and white image of that iconic scene from A New Hope where Princess Leia is using R2 to send a message to Ben Kenobi, as he is of course her only hope. And that does it for the packaging, so let's crack it open and take a look at the figure itself. Alrighty, so here we have R2, and honestly, I am a little bit underwhelmed, but it still has its many good points. Looking at the head section, it has been coated in this chrome silver, while the blue paint on the various panels around the top of the dome appears to be accurate. The lens and lights on the front are all present and correct, while the panels around the rest of the dome look good too, and you can even see that green light on the back, which is present as well. On the main body, the various panels that make up the design on R2's chest section continue to look good. Some chrome paint has been added to those vents on the front, along with all of these pieces around the bottom. The back has some more panel detailing embedded into the mould, with more gadgets and vents visible below. Both legs include some nice flourishes of detail as well, with more chrome added to the hinges at the top, and some blue panels below them. I like the feet, as they've had some additional grey paint brushed over them, giving them the impression that they're very dirty. Plus these orange hoses are an excellent addition. So overall for detail, it does look good and very screen accurate, but it feels a little bit bland to me, especially these panels on the chest. Perhaps they could have been brought out better via the use of some subtle paint apps to dirty them up a little bit, like in episode 4. Turning to articulation, the dome section, or his head as I like to refer to it, can rotate through the full 360-degree exorcist twist. The legs can equally spin through a 360, while the feet can pivot back and forth. So there's not a large amount of articulation, but then again, the character only has those points of articulation to begin with, so it is very accurate. When it comes to features, the figure does offer a lot. Predominantly twisting the head will cause his central leg to extend from the bottom of his body, allowing you to pose him on display in his travelling mode. It's a very clever idea to conceal the leg and the mechanism to cause it to extend in this way. Of course, spinning the head in the opposite direction will cause it to retract. On either side of the chest are two hinged panels, allowing them to open. One conceals his classic manipulator arm, allowing him to interface with most controls in the galaxy. It is painted green and silver, but unfortunately does not rotate or extend. Likewise, on the other side we get a little claw with a yellow section on its shaft, but it contains no articulation whatsoever. While these are a nice inclusion, they are incredibly hard to extend from the figure, as you actually have to open the panel and extend these devices manually. It would have been much better had they been spring activated, so at the push of a button the panel would open and the gadget would extend. Looking at accessories, R2 comes with a number of them. Firstly, his blue panels on both legs are removable, and strangely enough are classed as accessories, as they're not actually attached to the figure when it's in its packaging. However, two alternate panels are included, which have the miniature rockets extended, as seen in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, allowing R2 to fly. Next up, we get a few gadgets which can be attached to the figure's dome. 3 of these blue panels at the top can be removed, revealing some peg holes underneath, which the accessories can be slotted into. First up, we get this small radar dish, which is just black with some gold on the front. Next up, we get the iconic periscope, which is shaped perfectly like the actual one, including the blue panel design on the top, and could also be rotated through 360 degrees. But this has to be by far my favourite accessory, Luke's lightsaber. It's highly detailed and includes some terrific paint apps. Not just the bronze, but even the red and green buttons on the side are present. For just an accessory, a lot of care has been put into it. The hilt slots perfectly into this section at the front, although it doesn't slide all the way down, which I would have liked to have seen. Plus, I really wish it had been spring-loaded, so R2 could actually shoot out Luke's lightsaber like a missile, but it's still a cool accessory notwithstanding. These accessories are a great idea, but I do wish Hasbro had come up with a much more practical way of attaching them, as the removable panels are very loose and can be lost easily, whether they're attached to the toy or not. Doing a size comparison, the figure is very small, so therefore looks very accurate when placed next to the other three figures in this range, and makes for an excellent pairing with the Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing jumpsuit figure. So overall, what do I think of this figure? Well, it's good. In comparison to the other figures in the Black Series, it is a little bit lackluster, but that's by no means saying it's terrible, because it's not. It has some great detail, highly screen accurate paint apps, and some excellent accessories. But with all the talent, effort and time that's gone into making the Black Series figures, it just seems a little bit basic when placed next to the other figures. Maybe it's because, ultimately, R2 is a very basic looking droid, and even the most talented sculptors can't do much with its design. Maybe it's because it feels kind of light and hollow and a little plasticky as well. I do feel that some extra paint apps to dirty it up a little bit, like the Sand Trooper, would have made it look much more authentic, but for me it seems to be stuck somewhere between a kid's toy for playing with and an adult's toy for placing on a shelf as part of a collection. I do really like the accessories. The lengths they've gone to make them screen accurate is fantastic, plus the addition of Luke's lightsaber is an inspired choice. But again, the way you attach them to R2 seems to be a bit haphazard, and the removable panels aren't securely attached and can be lost easily. Likewise, the manipulator arms hidden behind the panels on the chest could have been extended in a much smoother way than having to just manually pull them out. But I digress. For the few issues that I do have with it, it's certainly one of the best R2 figures I've seen out there in this scale. The way the third leg extends is a wonderful idea, while the paint apps and articulation are excellent. And, of course, what Star Wars collection would be complete without that little blue and white droid slap bang in the middle of it? And so, that brings me to the end of this review. Thank you very much for watching, I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, there are countless more reviews online. Thank you again for watching, and remember to keep following the nerd. Goodbye.